Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I am still in Uganda, in a place called Mbale. And I'm still rocking this hairdo. Not sure if I like it, but I'm gonna be rocking this hairdo for 1 month and then I'll change. It's just every time I see myself, I don't know, I just look so different. Anyway, so today's video is a video by James. His name is James Klug, but I will link the video at the bottom of this. And this is at a Planned Parenthood Rally. And this video that I'm doing today is a response video. Okay, disclaimers also. There's a window here, so there's a glare. There's a lot of noise from outside. I cannot control it. Like I said before, I wish I had better conditions in which to make these videos, but again, it's the content, okay? Please focus on the content.
Hey guys, what's going on? James Klug here. Today we're in Huntington Beach and we're talking to people at a Planned Parenthood Rally. Let's go see what they have to say about abortion. I think what everyone wants to know here. Everyone wants to know is this a human life? Is this a human life inside the body or not? That's what everyone wants to know.
And I'm saying we don't know. It has to make a determination.
It is not a human being.
Okay, so when does it become a human being?
At 3 to 4 months. That's the tricky part.
Why 3 to 4 months? What happens at 3 to 4 months that you say that's a human being and you can't kill it?
That is what Roe has been since 1973.
At what point does it become a human life?
I would say at conception, once the pregnancy process actually starts.
Some people say if you masturbate, you're giving up a human life too.
That's not how human life is created. Because it's law, that means it's a human being, right?
I say it is up to 3 months that a woman should have the right to choose.
Yeah.
Period.
But why does it become a human life at 3 to 4 months?
Because it's fully formed.
It's not fully formed.
It becomes more fully formed.
Becomes more fully formed.
Yeah.
2 months and 3/4. It's not a human, but then 3 months it is.
It is a fetus. It is not a human.
Okay, so the first thing is a baby in utero a human life? Now, the guy said, we don't know, and the two ladies said, it's tricky. Actually, there is nothing tricky about it. Absolutely nothing tricky about it, because it has already been proven by science. Okay, so I'm going to read something from, I'll also link all my references down below, but I'm going to read something. It's a paper by Moore, Keith, L, and it's the Essentials of Human Embryology, and this was done in Toronto in 1988, okay? But I'll link that down below. So this is what it says. Human development begins after the union of male and female gametes or germ cells during a process known as fertilization or conception. Fertilization is a sequence of events that begins with the contact of a sperm, a spermatozoon, with a secondary oocyte, which is the ovum, and ends with a fusion of their pronuclei, okay? Right. And the mingling of their chromosomes to form a new cell. New cell. This fertilized ovum, known as a zygote, is a large diploid cell that is the beginning or primordium of a human being. Okay? Mixed cell, beginning of human being, which means life. Okay? So, still further, because when you go on the website, you can choose which one to look at. I chose another one, which is this one. It is the development of a human being begins with fertilization, conception, and which is a process by which two highly specialized cells, the spermatozoon from the male and the oocyte from the female, unite to give rise to a new organism, the zygote. Again, new human life. Okay? You can go and look. I'll put all the references as mentioned before below. Okay, then this guy, so the woman and the guy, I mean, they just need to go back to school or something, or they need to watch my video so that they can know how it works, right? So next thing, the guy brings up the masturbate theory. You need an egg and sperm together to form a life. Just masturbating and letting the sperm drop on the side is not a life. It has to connect with something. Hello? Okay. Then the lady goes on saying, a fetus is not a human. Now, definition. And again, the references I'll link below. Reference of fetus. Fetus is the yet to be born mammalian offspring following the embryonic stage and is still going through further development prior to birth. Because as we all know, the human is a process. Becoming a human is a process. Even becoming an adult is a process. You don't just come out of your mother's womb and pah, you're an adult. There's stages of development. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people go to school these days. I don't know what's happening. But anyway. Right, continue with fetus. Following the embryonic stage, the developing young enters the fetal period, which is in the later stages of development prior to birth. The fetal period is when the offspring has taken a recognizable form as its own species. The fetus is also characterized to possess the major organs in contrast to an embryo. The fetal organs, though, are not yet fully functional and are still undergoing further development because human development happens in stages. It happens in stages in utero and after birth. We were all toddlers once, and then we became a child and became a teenager, preteen, whatever, then adult, right? Elder, etc. In humans, the embryo, note well, in humans, the embryo is called a fetus at the 9th week from the time of conception up to the moment of birth. Okay? After being born, the offspring is called an infant or a newborn. Okay, the word, the origin of the word, it's a Latin word and it means offspring or brood. So those people who keep saying a fetus is not a human, go back to school, please.
Wait,
Can you get pregnant?
Can I get pregnant?
Yeah.
No.
Then why do you care about a woman?
What do you mean?
Why
Because it's a unique genetic code living inside of you.
No, it isn't.
Scientifically,
Are
it
you
is.
Gonna adopt it?
Why is it up to me to adopt a children to mean that it's going to be a human life?
It's a woman's right to choose. Then you need to be able to let that kid be born and help that kid live.
I believe that as a human life in there, and I believe in protecting that human life.
You're not protecting it once it.
I'm protecting it from
You're
being
not
killed.
protecting
Yes.
it once, and then you let it go out into the streets. And rich women, by the way, have
Why? Wait, hold on. Why are they going into the streets?
You don't
I mean, like,
pay for their education. You want charter schools.
I don't pay for what education? High school education?
No, I'm talking about everything. Public education. You don't want education. You don't want health care.
Wait, I don't want public education. I don't know where you're getting this information
This is
from.
all typical. Betsy DeVoe is anti-public education.
Well, our public education system sucks, but we can talk about that another time. Let's talk about abortion.
No, you have to look at once the baby is born. I'm not some kind of mad woman.
So you're saying maybe the baby might have a tough life in a bad neighborhood, and that's worth killing the human being over?
Yes, it's not a human being; it's a fetus. Not pro-life. You're pro-fetus.
I don't.
And when that fucking fetus is born,
No need to
then
swear.
all you want to do
No need to
is
swear.
no education, no health care, no help for the mother.
No
Go
education.
get a vasectomy.
Okay, Auntie's going ballistic there, right? Okay, anyway, so first thing she asks is, like, can you get pregnant? You know, she's asking the guy, like, why do men care about the unborn child when they can't get pregnant? I like the way he answered her, because he said it's a unique human being. Of course, men have to care about the unborn child, because first of all, it's got nothing to do with whether they can get pregnant or not, because a woman can only get pregnant if she is impregnated by a man. So it takes two people. So obviously, it must concern him. Okay, I don't know why us women want to keep absolving men from this responsibility. And then later we want to complain. Hello? We have to decide. The fact is, a man has the right to say whatever he wants about the unborn child. It's got nothing to do with whose body it is. It's got to do with the child. And as we've already established before, that it's already a human life. So what he is doing is he is protecting that unique human life. And every person on earth has the right to protect another human life. It's not even the right, it is our moral obligation to protect another human life. Like, duh. Okay, then she goes on like ranting, and then she asks, are you gonna adopt it? I don't get that. Oh, actually, no, I do understand, right? The woman doesn't want the baby's born, so she's asking, are you gonna adopt it? Maybe he won't, but maybe somebody else will. It doesn't matter. That's a stupid question. That should not even be asked. Okay? Right, next thing. A woman's life to choose what she does with the unborn. No. A woman has the right to choose what she does with her own body. But, oh sorry, I thought it stopped recording. But the child is not her body. It is a totally separate body. Again, science has already proven that. And she does not have the right to choose what happens to that life. Every life deserves a chance. Every person deserves a chance to live. Especially the innocent, the defenseless, unborn baby in utero. Okay? She's not getting that. Then she goes on about, oh, but the baby, after it's born, if it doesn't have a good life, da-da-da. And then she says, it should be killed. I think you all heard her, right? You heard her. She said, babies who are born, who can't have a good life, don't deserve to live. They should be killed. That's what she's implying. And she said that. Okay? Now, if that is not eugenics, then I don't know. I really don't know. And a fetus is not a human being. We've already discussed that one. Please refer to the last time I spoke.
Don't you think we have too many people in the world?
Are you saying that's a reason to like kill people? Is to like population control?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think that's no. I'm not a supporter of population control. I think that's pretty sick. How do you decide who lives and who dies?
Well,
I mean, do you want to be in control of the population control? How do people that are inferior to you, they just get cut?
If it's my body, I would like to have the choice.
Again, it's a unique human being. It's not your body.
There's too many human beings in the world, and don't you care about animals at all?
Having too many human beings is not a reason to kill another human being.
We're raping.
I can't kill you and say, oh, there's too many of us. Sorry.
Okay, so now this dude, Milli Vanilli Deluxe. Milli Vanilli means, okay, right. So he thinks it's good to kill babies to control the population. Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, okay, I get his point. You know, there's too many people on earth, etc., etc. But why kill the unborn baby who has a future. I would think, why not kill old people like him? Because like he's already had his life. He's done what he was supposed to do. He's just taking up extra space now on Earth and breathing extra oxygen that should be reserved for the future child that is yet to be born. So, I mean, if he wants that, why don't we start with him? Right? Because a baby has more potential. He has already reached his potential and outlived it already. He needs to go. I mean, if we want to go down that route, right? I mean, something to consider. Which again, the guy brings up a good point. So who decides who lives and who dies? So like example, I have now decided old people, I think anybody over 50 should die, because we've had our time on Earth. Right, but now who is going to decide? I mean, I know that we all have it already in most society, not most, some societies, they already decided people who commit certain kind of crimes deserve to die. That's why they kill them, they execute them. The mentally ill doesn't deserve to die, so they also execute them. The physically disabled, sick people they don't want, so they euthanize them. The baby that is unwanted, they abort that one. So I guess it's already happening, which is eugenics. It's already happening. But I mean, I get the guy's point. Who decides? Who decides? At the moment, we're just leaving it up to our lawmakers to decide, which is not right, because like I say, it's eugenics. We might decide all black people should be killed. Or, now with the coronavirus, like you can see on the internet, all Chinese people. So I don't know who is going to decide, right, about the population. But it seems like, according to this guy, it should be all the babies. And I know in some nations, the babies that they decide that must not live will be the female babies. So we're killing females. People just like to kill. Kill is so in. Okay, right. Then he brings up animals to make his point. Now I'm quite happy that he did that, because I've been trying to prove for so long that people care more about animals than what they do about babies. I can tell you now, if we had to decide that it was tasty to eat aborted calves or lambs, like we'll take the cow and abort her babies and then fry them up with some chili and eat it, people would be totally outraged, because how can you abort a calf in order to eat it? But what are we doing? We are aborting a child because it is hindering our life. For example, it's a hindrance to our career, to our education. So I'm glad he brought up animals. Yeah, okay, too many humans in the world. That's what he said, so I've already covered that one.
Can we get a thumbs up for pro-life?
Yeah, your wife should be out here talking, not you, ass.
What? Why'd you call me an ass? That's not very nice of you.
No, but having a sign like that, I just figure it represents other things you probably represent.
No need to personally attack,
it's a visceral
for a
thing.
personal attack.
It's a visceral thing.
It's a political discussion. You don't need to call me an ass.
Politically, it's a visceral thing. I mean, I don't really think you're really pro-life.
Yes, of course I am. I believe that is a human life living inside of a woman. I believe in science.
Child care, public education, not charter school education, feeding poor kids at school. Do you believe in any of that?
what does that have to do with whether it's a human life inside the womb or not?
Well, because once the life comes out, it's a good thing to take care of that life and make sure it gets nurtured, make sure it gets taken care of. And it seems like a lot of people that are pro-life only think about being pro-life while it's in the womb.
No, I believe in building a strong life for children all across the United States. So, okay, can we talk about abortion now?
School lunches,
Of course, I think we should be improving school all over the country.
free lunches for kids.
Free lunches for kids, depending
For
on
school kids?
if kids qualify for it. Yeah, I think that's potentially
Great.
a
What
good
about-
conversation.
What about health care for all?
Healthcare for all. I mean,
Public health care, free health care.
Why do they-
I mean
why do they-
publicly supported health care. It's
so
never free.
you need free everything in order not to kill a human being.
Yeah, basically, yeah. In this day and age, you do.
How we doing? All pro life? Yeah. Right on. Very cool, you guys.
So again, here we see how people are okay with killing the unborn because they feel that if you're gonna bring a child into the world and the child is gonna like not have all the things he mentioned, then it's better to just kill the child off, which basically means poor people must die out. You cull them, which again is just plain and simple eugenics. Now, what I've never understood about this conversation is, why is everybody more concerned with killing the baby, killing the unborn? Okay, when in fact, why are we not concerning ourselves more with pregnancy prevention? Because if there is no pregnancy, then there is no need to abort. There's no need to have this argument about what is a life, what is not a life, when is the right time to abort, when it's not the right time to abort, my body, my choice, etc., etc. Why can it not just be like all this energy and anger and time that is spent on like this Planned Parenthood rally? Why plan? That's why it's called Planned Parenthood. So why don't you plan to become a parent? So planning would mean if you don't want, then you need to go on birth control, man and woman. And the other thing is, why is the onus is always only on the woman? Of course, because in most cases, because the woman wants to absolve the man from all responsibilities when she says, my body, my choice. I think women don't understand what this my body, my choice means, because my body, my choice has got nothing to do with the unborn child, because the unborn child, as we mentioned, is a different body. You cannot choose for that body what happens to it. So I think there should be more of more energy and emphasis put on pregnancy prevention, not on abortion. Abortion is really when your back is up against the wall. So we need to avoid getting to that position. This is what we have to do.
What are you doing out here as a man? You should have a woman talking about
Oh, but what? Because of my gender, I can't have a say in a future generation. Are you serious? You think that's a good argument? I mean, that's a terrible argument.
Because your mind is made up.
You're a man. Why are you telling me what to
I'm
believe?
wasting-
Let's talk about human life inside a body. That's what we're referring to here.
Then
Human
just
lives
get
after
a
they're born.
vasectomy.
Okay, great. Let's talk about that.
Don't.
Let's talk about men paying for their babies.
I completely agree with you. Up high for that.
So let's make that a
Yeah, so there you have it. Women want men to pay for the babies that they have with women when the baby is born. That's how it should be. You cannot absolve a man from all his responsibilities and commitment to you or to the child. Okay, if he doesn't want to commit to you, then so be it. But he has to commit to the child. Oh, my battery's running out. He has to commit to the child. The thing is, if women are going to keep going on with my body, my choice, and don't want men to be involved in the aborting of a child, which could be his, then if she decides to have the child, then why should he be, then he should also be excluded from any payments that towards the child. Because like Dave Chappelle said, if a woman can say my body, my choice, a man should have the right to say my money, my choice.
I think for a lot of women, it's about the choice itself and not necessarily whether or not people agree with it.
The choice itself, as in,
I
like,
don't
what do
know
you
if
mean?
that makes sense.
I mean, but that's not really that's not really a strong argument when it comes to taking a human life.
Really, there's not.
You're just saying it's just the choice. That's it. Bottom line.
It's the ability to have.
Do you have any restrictions on your body by law? Do you have any laws on your body?
Do you?
Yes.
What's that?
I can't. Well, I'm too old to get pregnant now, but I did. Certainly, I did not have choice when I was a young woman.
Again, it's in your body. It's not your body. If it was your body, you would be the one getting aborted.
I am from Georgia and I am adopted, and
my
I am
husband is
still
adopted
Very cool.
too, by the way.
pro-choice. I'm just saying it's a unique stance.
And there's a lot of amazing people that have been adopted by amazing families, and that's
Yes,
awesome. I love hearing that.
People to get more people should adopt. There's just somewhere where we disagree.
Where is that we disagree?
I think that
Why is it not a human life inside? Actually, I want you to answer
is
her.
a human life.
3 to 4 months. Do you agree with that? 3 to 4 months, it just becomes like now it's a human.
I think there's no line that can be drawn by humans themselves. I think it's
When the sperm meets the egg and the pregnancy process starts, left to its natural process, it turns into you and I.
yes,
That's a reasonable. Hey, that's a human life.
It's reasonable and it is a human life.
All right, we're here talking about pro-life, pro-choice today with the squad. Woo!
I might disagree with you, and we might have different statistics, and we might watch different news sources, but I'd still like to
My
understand
passion
your
comes
side.
from having.
I'm-
Of course. You're really passionate about me having a vasectomy.
No, I am. I think.
So here we see that the whole thing is about the my body, my choice, which I feel has got nothing to do with abortion. Nothing. Because let me read what I wrote here. Like, what does it really mean? So, as far as I'm concerned, it means that no one, except your parents, if you are a minor, because by law, they are your custodians and they have a lot of say over you, even over your body. They always have to sign, well, in most countries, whether you can go to school, not go to school, whatever. Okay, but I know in some countries, a 12-year-old child can also sign to be euthanized. But I'm just talking in general. Your body, it means that no one, except your parents, can tell you what to do with it. Right? If you're a minor. And then again, if you are a married woman, no one can tell you what to do with your body except your husband. I'm sure everybody's freaking out right now. No, it's the truth. Because you signed exclusive access of your body over to him. And so did he when you said, I do. Because a marriage is the only relationship where you have claim over each other's bodies. It's the only relationship, and even the law recognizes that. So your body is only for him and his body is only for you. So in a marriage, there's no my body, my choice. There's no such thing. Like, my body can't decide I want to go and sleep with XXX. I mean, I can, but that's not in the contract. and neither can he. It's not in the contract. The contract is my body is your body and your body is mine. There used to be in the Catholic Church where there's, you actually have to say, with my body I thee wed, because it's the only relationship where you can have access to another person's body all the time. Legal access. Okay, so I don't know the my body my choice when it comes to things like that. And again, like we mentioned before, the child is not your body. It is a unique body. You are just the host. The female is just the host of that body. But this, I've already talked about this in my other abortion video. Okay, and then so it's two separate things, like they keep saying my body my choice. No one can tell me what to do with my body. Okay, let's say if you was, forget that you are minor, forget that you are a married person, let's say you're just a normal person. I mean, not that everyone's normal, but you know what I mean. My body, my choice. No one can tell me what to do with my body. True, but that's not what this guy's doing. This guy's not telling you what you cannot do with your body, or what you can do with your body. He's telling you what you cannot do to your unborn child. So these are two separate issues. One is about you wanting to sleep around and do whatever you want. The other one is about protecting the life of the unborn. It's two different things. Okay? And then the one woman asked, what restrictions does he have on his body by law? Well, first of all, he can't just go and stick his penis into anybody without consent. So that's restricted, right? Because then it's rape. He cannot take his body and just go and bash up a few people in the street, because then it's assault. So there are restrictions on a man's body. Definitely there are restrictions. So that's a stupid question, as far as I'm concerned, right? But I like what he said, because it just sums everything up in a nutshell. It's when he said, in a nutshell, about what is life, what is human life, when it begins, etc. He sums it up when he says, when the sperm meets the egg and the pregnancy process starts, left to its natural process, it turns into you and I. That's it. That's human development in a nutshell. So that's my video on this. This is my response. If you have any questions, write it down below. Any issue with me, write it down below. Whatever, write it down below. I love to talk to you about this. So cheers and keep well, and until next time, bye bye.